Alright, just doing a warm up prior to starting the 3:30 to 4:50 class tonight, which is Monday night. At 17:13 the race will go off. Gonna try and go up. It's actually 2 classes for me higher, which will be a strong C category. Seen on the YouTube that Ryan Condon's doing it, so I thought I've done one with him before, although he finished quite a hell way before me. He did drag us around a bit more. I think he does that as well, even though I think he is in the class above me. He's a strong C and I'm very low end C. I'm going to give it a spin. Something might get me racing. I want to get me racing, score high, and just enjoy it. I think it's going to be a bit of a go because it's rough games. Stage 5, which is finishes on the grade, but I think there's a few more climbs before then. I'm just warming up now. 12 minutes to go, so I can sort of get a couple of minutes warm up in. Initially wanted more, but this is what I've got. It's quite a bit of a warm up. I use the first flat bit of the race to do a warm up. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and check back and do a few bits like this, just to update stat reports of where we are and how things are going. I think there's about 230 odd people in, so the time it goes off they're probably upwards of 300. So top 2/3 I think I'm going to say. So not in the back 100, just from there. I'll be happy with that. As long as my racing score goes up. That's me effort for tonight. Right, well, I'll check back in shortly. So with that said, this is the beginning of the race, and just having a look, there is, I should tell you in a bit how many, 257 in, and we're off. So all I'm going to try to do is sit in the front group and see where we get to. It's a bit experimental, like I said, because I'm racing 2 categories higher than where I should be to try and go faster, but also just to see if we can see the Ryan Condon, see where he is, although he's quite a bit higher than me, as I've already said. So we're out the gate, we're up that little climb, sitting in the front group, about 120th, coming across the volcano. I see in the left hand side I'm 2.9 average watts per kilo, heart rate's at 136, again that's quite high for me, that's at the top end. Skirting around the volcano now, and I think the first climb is going to approach here. You can see it on the little mini maps in the top right hand side at the bottom there. You get the topography of the course. I think that's probably where it'll split, but at the moment I'm still in, there's only one group of about 260 riders, I think, what I can see anyway on the map. So trying to get my power down, trying to get my heart rate down. Some people go off the wrong way there. I don't know how they've done that, but I think there's probably that many people that the game is probably glitching a little bit. So we are approaching. I'm not quite sure what I think it goes onto this island, and then there's a climb here. I think yes, there is the first climb, and this is it. So you can see by the mini map that it's all staying together. It's quite, I won't say sedate, but there's not much red sections on this bit, so I'm hoping to stay somewhere near the middle. And then it ramps up again here. So I'm about 180th, 180 to 190th, and I'm probably last in this group here now, or roundabout, so the selection's kind of getting made now. As we come over the top, I'm 150 beats per minute on my heart rate, so that's me about whacked out. 2.93 watts per kilo, and I know it's going to go downhill now, so I'm just trying to catch on to a bit bigger group. You can see it's split. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 groups, roughly 3 groups now. At the head of the third, we call it the third group. I'm trying to use the super tuck and whatever other means, people coming past me, to try and get back onto the back of that group. And you can see by my little red arrow there, we're in the back group, coming down the hill. So I think the group ahead of us is about 7 seconds ahead, which is bridgeable, but would absolutely be blowing ourselves apart, and I'm quite tired now. I think from now, so we'll do a cut out from here.
Just a quick check-in. So I'm in about the third group, totally popped on the first climb, and Ryan's well ahead, although I don't know if he's dropped out, but I'm not sure. So I think it's going to be a case sitting in this group for me until I get to the end, because I'm popped. So see how it goes. Practice my draft and catch you at the end.
So this is the middle climb, and I'm 193rd or something like that going up the climb. This one's quite a bit more difficult. This is the KOM, as you come past the Spruce Goose and then go up there, so it's quite difficult. The easy way of doing it, but at this point I'm that knackered. I'm just pedalling as hard as I can to try and stay with the group that I'm in. They're all dropping me. I'm falling out the back here. So 193rd at the moment, and I'm just trying to stay on the back of this lad here, Lacey. Obviously he's popped as well, so we're just going up, and then it gets to the bridge, goes across the bridge, and then there's a bypass section, so could really do with being on the back of this group ahead of me, which is 4 or 5 seconds ahead. There's a little group formed ahead of them, 12 seconds ahead. So I'm trying to put in a bit of an effort, but it's not just that climbing. Then you're on this bypass bit here, which it undulates quite a bit. So I'm looking to see if anybody's going to join us from behind, because I'm a bit on my own now. Catch these lads here, and this I'm going to shepherd. Ends in pink anyway, so I'm just trying to sit on him, and he's trying to go. He gives it a couple of pushes, because there's another group 9 seconds ahead. You can see them on the map, but I think they're well gone at the moment, I think. But I do a couple of kicks, and he'll come through, and he does a couple of kicks just to try and close the gap, but I think it's in vain. So we're literally halfway, more or less halfway along, and there's going to be a downhill section after this. I think I'm checking on my heart rate. Heart rate's quite high, but it's all right, and I'm averaging 2.6 watts per kilo, which is about my normal. It would have been nice to be in a bigger group, because you can get dragged along, but the weight's gone. The race is blown apart, and now I'm nearer the back than the front. So it's about now when you look behind and see how many people are behind you, and if they can get on the back here, you can sort of form a bigger group, and you can end up going faster. Sometimes sitting in ones and twos is just too much for your legs. So we're going to let this play out. I did do a bit of a situation report, which you're going to hear in a minute, and then we'll join in for the last climb, which is the grade, which I've never done before, but I know it's a bit of an FTP test. Turns out it was a lot more an FTP test than I thought, and it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but we'll get there in the end. So yeah, that group ahead of us now is 37 seconds ahead, which is massive. I'm saying to him, do you want to do minute pulls, but he doesn't reply. In fact, I seem to remember he pulled harder after I'd said that, so he's either trying to get away from me or just trying to do an extra effort. So it'll join in now for a little bit of a situation report from myself on the bike. You can see how knackered I am when that comes on.
So just come over the bypass and down the bridge the other side. I've got the Shepening in front of me. He's pulling 2.5. I'm just sitting in. We've got 8 seconds when we start the bypass, and now the 39, so we ain't catching them. Super tucking. Ryan is still in it, and he's ahead of me by quite some distance. He's in the front group, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, though it is a bit difficult. Just crack on, see you at the end.
So this is the bottom of the grade. It's 9.5%. I'm still in about 190th position, but the group I was with are now all ahead of us. and there's a few behind me. I was hoping to try and stay in about 190th, but I don't think I do. I think I dropped well down. I'm absolutely done by now, and we've got we're an hour in, and now we're going up. This probably takes 20 minutes, I think, to get up. I was trying to average 2.7 watts per kilo, and just trying to, you can see it on the list, you can see the little below your name, you've got what watts per kilo are you doing. It's also in the on the other corner in the left hand side. So I'm just trying to spin my legs in one of my lower gears and just get up without totally having to stop. Yeah, there's people coming past, it's quite demoralising. You kind of sometimes think you're catching people as well. And I do think I catch a few, but I'm passed by also a few. You can see it's all over if you look on the map on the right hand side, you can see everybody's in 1s and 2s. So various people doing the same sort of thing. You find if you go into the red too much on the bottom there, that you just more or less grind yourself to a standstill. A little bit of respite now as we come through this. There's the blue section, so normally I go up a couple of gears. I think I did do, but I didn't go into the big ring, and obviously people who are a bit fresher are passing us there. What I didn't realise was that you've got a feather now, and every time you go through one of the arches, you get another feather. So I could have used the feather on every little section of the grade. What you see down the left hand side, it's split into 10 segments, all of 0.22 mile long. So I could have done that, but I think I was at a bit of oxygen deprivation, so I wasn't able to fathom that out until near the top. So this section here is like switchbacks. You can see ahead of me, so 21 seconds before the next person ahead of me, which is Mullen, and G. Lacey, who I passed earlier on, and we've been together in the same group, and is now behind me. So I'm just waiting for them, and again I'm just trying to average as near as I can to 2.7. So they're just coming past us now, or no, they're sitting on me, so they've obviously worked out we're around about the same sort of effort level. It ramping up now, you got 12%. Again, I still didn't realise that you could use the feathers, and I don't think the other people have, because you can see when they're using the feathers. So the lads who's just come past, he's a gun, he's using these feathers, and what I've seen on other people's videos is as soon as they go under them, they're firing them. It just takes a bit of pressure off your legs a little bit. So it's 0.6 or 0.5 miles to the top, and obviously this is speeded up by 4 times, so it's took us 10 minutes to get to this bit. It probably takes another 10 minutes to get to the top. I don't know when I suddenly realised that, yeah, it must be now. So I've used the featherweight and try to give it a little bit extra beans to get myself going. But I am going backwards, 199th now, so I've gone down by probably 10 places. I think I probably would have been finished a little bit higher had I realised about the feathers, but I didn't, so that's all I've got. And I know that when you get past the top of the grade, it gives you a rating, but maybe it puts your FTP out. So I'm waiting for that, and I'm trying to stay in 200th position. I think you can probably guess what happens. So I'm in first gear here, and I'm pushing as hard as I can, but I don't think I've got anything left. So my average watch is quite low, because it's because obviously we've been racing for over an hour, 2.42, and for the massive segment before this climb, I was just sat in, so I wasn't doing a great deal. I think this is the end here. It was hard work. Maybe a little bit more than I could chew, but never mind, gives you a little reason to go for there, and it should pop up here. Yeah, that's just the position.
Oh, that's true. So, I think we're going to be sick. So finish that then. The grade was excruciating. As we hit the bottom of it, I think we had 59 minutes in, so we're in for an hour. And yeah, we hadn't done loads, but the first quarter of an hour I was probably well above my maximum. and then it's dropped down from there, but then it's like an FTP test at the end, so I think I averaged 2:33 up. I think the little sign at the top tells you what you've done, and I couldn't have gone any harder. I was trying to do 2.7 watts per kilo up, but in the end that was more like 2.5, 2.6, and it was a struggle. I was in first gear most of the time, so people come past me. I think I finished about 201st, maybe one less than that. So I just come down the grade now, just managed to gather myself. I'll do a bit longer, but yeah, it was definitely hard work. Enjoyable, a bit of a challenge, but I think I probably need a bit more training on longer rides, and definitely going up hills isn't my strong point. But yeah, very enjoyable. I wonder where Ryan finished, but we'll find out.